You know, last night I went in to go check on my mom and dad and stuff to see how they were doing, and I was overhearing them and stuff that they were trying to decide if they could had enough to cover their medicine this morning. Found out they could only cover one. Both my parents are disabled. One's mentally and one's physically. They've been a part of that system for a long time. Unfortunately, lately it's a lot less on any help and assistance they get. They could only afford one medicine. My mom was trying to count change just so she could get her insulin shots. My dad decided he wasn't going to get his pain medicine so she could get her insulin. My mom knows that I'm in a pretty bad position and I didn't have very much, so it'd bother her even more just saying that I would have went and done it. But I did this morning. I went out early and I had enough that would have covered it. I got the medicine, was on my way back, and I actually met my dad on the road. He had a flat tire trying to get up there. He was sitting there just, he shouldn't have been driving. He was desperate and stuff, you know, to I fixed my dad's tire back and stuff, and I told him I got their medicine and everything, and my dad is sitting there counting a handful of change to try to give me.
You know what, President Trump? This is for you, man. Look, I know you've got a lot on your plate. I know you have a lot to do and a lot to keep this country safe, and I appreciate that. But you made us a campaign promise. And I remember you said it at every stop. I'm going to fix the economy and get prices more affordable. You ain't done none of that. Not even a little bit. Stores are price gouging us on tariffs. Stuff that they're putting on tariffs on. And guess what? They're made here in America. You call it like your agencies call it out, but nothing gets done. The stores aren't made to put the prices back. They're not made to fix anything. No, instead, what are they doing? Still charge us the same prices. In fact, they're raising prices even higher. And your administration is doing nothing to help that. Nothing. Not a thing. You have done absolutely nothing to help that. And I'm sorry, but like, we're struggling. Like, you're erasing the middle class. You know, you said, oh, the left, they're all about erasing the middle class. No, you are too, because you're doing the same exact thing. You're not doing anything to help us. I know you got a lot on your plate, but man, just take a day or 2 days and do something to turn around the economy in this country. People are struggling. People are losing their homes because they can't afford. They have to choose between making a car payment or putting food on their table. People are having to choose between paying their credit cards down or putting food on the table. Or they're having to max out their credit cards to pay bills because everything is so daggum expensive. Gas should be going down. We're drilling in America. Why is gas still over $2.89 a gallon? Why is things so damn expensive under you this time, but last time is so much cheaper? I know the Biden administration screwed up the economy and made inflation just skyrocket. But there are things that you can do to fix it, and you need to do it.
Guys, I never thought I'll see this day, but here we are. Rural America, the very heart of MAGA country, is starting to turn on Donald Trump. Yep, the same small towns that used to paint their barns red, white, and blue with his name are now burning with anger at him. And trust me, the videos coming out right now are wild. We are going to react to them together. By the way, quick pause here. If you're enjoying this breakdown and you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. Link is in the description. Every single coffee helps me keep going, keep reacting, and keep bringing you these perspectives that mainstream media usually ignores. Appreciate you guys.
What happens when a county's only hospital and ER closes?
What are you going to do without a hospital?
That's what's happening here in Glenn County, California. This is a county about an hour north of Sacramento. In just a few weeks, the hospital and this ER are going to shut their doors for good, leaving this county without any hospital.
I know I look like crap this morning, and I apologize. My name is Angel. I live in Columbia, Missouri. I woke up watching news and finding out we are going to give Argentina a $20 billion bailout, while we can't even have health care in this country, and we're falling apart, and our beautiful freaking orange wannabe god seems to think he needs a Nobel Peace Prize, which I don't understand because he's tearing our country apart. I'm really not crazy. I really never knew this. I am 60 years old. And for the first time in my life, I am scared to death to live in this country. I want to take my family and leave. I can't afford passports. Imagine. I don't understand why we are giving another country $20 billion when so many people are on the verge of losing health care, so many rural hospitals are on the verge of closing. When this ACA or whatever they want to call it, Obamacare ends, everybody's premiums are shooting up. Not just the poor people you think are on Obamacare, but everybody's, because the whole system's going to have to absorb this. The system's going to have to absorb people that can't afford it and have to go to the emergency room for treatment, and that's all they can get. So we're going to let our people just lay here and die because they can't get health care, but we're going to bail out other countries? I don't understand.
Mr. Trump, I'm your supporter, but I got to ask you this question because everybody's asking it. What the fuck are you doing giving $40 billion to your buddy in Argentina? And you haven't even given the Americans any money yet. I got stimulus checks from Obama and some from Clinton and some from Biden. And I got 2 of them from Bush 43. I ain't got nothing from you. And you're giving $40 billion to Argentina because he's your friend? That sounds like bribery money to me.
See, for years, Trump had an iron grip on rural America, the farmers, the ranchers, the small town workers. He was their champion. But now, cracks are showing. Why? Because promises don't put food on the table. Because tariffs, trade wars, and economic struggles hit those very communities first. And the patience is running out.
Rural hospital operators are asking for a lifeline in Austin.
Rising costs, patients moving to the cities, and new federal budget cuts threaten many healthcare facilities in those small towns. NBC5's Phil Prazen reports the impacts are felt already here in North Texas.
2 healthcare locations in Hunt County closed this month. The freestanding emergency rooms in Commerce and Quinlan, operated by Hunt County Memorial Hospital District. Laying off 43 people and closing the locations will save $15 million a year. In the announcement, the hospital board wrote increasing supply and labor costs, the growing number of uninsured patients, and declining payments from insurance companies and government payers have stretched the organization financially.
Within the last couple of months in my town and surrounding towns, we have had 2 ERs shut down. With that being said, we have had 2 people go to these ERs to get help, not be able to receive the help because the ERs are shut down. They have then had to be care flighted to the closest ER and almost lost their lives because they weren't able to get the help they needed fast enough.
Oh man, you can literally feel the betrayal in their voices. It's like watching someone finally realize their hero isn't who they thought he was.
Why did rural voters all over this country vote to lower the life expectancy? In Mexico, Missouri, Community Hospital closed after almost a century of service. It was the county's anchor for cancer, emergency rooms, and maternity wards. Now, if you have an emergency or need specialized care in Mexico, Missouri, you're driving 40 miles to see a doctor. That's not inconvenience. It's life or death when minutes matter. And it's not just in Missouri. All over this country, rural hospitals are on the brink. These places are not built for profit. They were built to serve the community, but financial strain is going to kill them all. And the big, beautiful bill makes the situation worse. It cuts hundreds of billions from Medicaid, the program that keeps these rural hospitals open. Sure, it adds $50 billion for rural health, but that replaces only about 1/3 of what's being taken away. Rural voters back this bill that will shutter their hospitals and shorten their lives. I just don't understand why they would do this. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And here's the thing, it's not just about Trump. It's about people realizing that slogans don't pay bills, that when milk prices drop, when crops don't sell, when small town hospitals close, all the rallies in the world won't fix that. That's why this shift is so fascinating.
You kill a town. You don't bulldoze it, you close its only medical center. That's exactly what just happened in Curtis, Nebraska. Curtis has less than 1,000 people. And for over 30 years, they had a place to go when they got sick. They went to the Curtis Medical Center. And now it's closed or closing. And not because people stopped needing health care. The hospital says it's inflation, Medicaid cuts, and also that uncertain federal funding. Yeah, that means they just can't afford to keep their doors open. Translation, the math wasn't mathing for them, so they're going to shut it down. Now, we talk about healthcare access in this country like it's a right, but only if you live in the right zip code and it's got the right amount of people in it. Otherwise, you're on your own. 30 years of care is gone for this community, all because of money games. Because if they can shut down a clinic there, they can shut one down anywhere.
And honestly, this is a massive political earthquake waiting to happen, because if rural America, Trump's strongest base, starts slipping, even just a little, the whole map changes, the whole conversation changes. This could be the beginning of the end of an era. So here's my big question for you. Is this just frustration that will fade? Or is rural America actually done with Trump for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget, you can buy me a coffee to keep this channel going strong. So YouTube thinks you like this video over here. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Over.